Ryusei Shidou is really into Sae Itoshi to an unhealthy, obsessive degree. And while that's partly because Sae has sent Shidou some extraordinary passes, there's a much deeper reason for this. Let me explain. Hello, my name is Sean, and this is the first of a few short videos to keep you entertained while I'm out of town. I discussed this in my recent video on Blue Lock as a Battle Royale story, but just to recap, Blue Lock is coded like a prison. Our cast is not allowed to leave. Their personal possessions are confiscated, and they have to don a numbered uniform. For all intents and purposes, they're treated like prisoners. And if you want a real smoking gun, look at the Japanese. In kanji, the name Blue Lock is rendered Aoi Kangoku, blue prison. But there's one moment in the story where all this stops being subtext and Blue Lock transforms into an actual prison. By the end of the third selection, tensions between Shidou and Rin have risen to a breaking point, and Shidou erupts in a violent outburst. That's a bridge too far, even for Blue Lock standards. And so, Shidou is stopped in his tracks with an electric shock and brought to the punishment room, where he's locked up in a muzzle and straitjacket. Now, all of this becomes even more poignant in light of Shidou's guiding philosophy. For Shidou, football is pure life activity, unbound by any rules or conventions. And that's reflected in the way he pulls off perhaps the most impossible shots in the manga. In short, Shidou's football takes the form of absolute freedom to carve out his existence in the goal box. His unique vision on the meaning of football also explains why he couldn't mesh with Rin or any of the other Blue Lock players. Shidou is a free spirit who was stuck in a prison. That brings us to the most significant meeting in all of Blue Lock. When Sae first visits Shidou, he finds the Blue Lock player at his lowest point, incarcerated in the depths of the Blue Lock prison. And so, the advent of Sae is a promise of the freedom Shidou seeks in the most literal sense. A promise to let him run wild to his heart's content. And that's exactly what Sae does with his pinpoint passes in the U20 match. For the first time in his life, Shidou has found someone who brings out the best in him. Someone who, as he puts it himself, truly understands his freedom. So for Shidou, Sae is his savior, the one who bust him out of the stifling confinement that is Blue Lock, and offered him an unprecedented level of freedom. So yeah, no wonder that he wants Sae's number at the very least. And just as a quick bonus, these ideas seem to be carrying over into the current PXG match. For one, Shidou proves to be a natural fit for PXG's star passer, Charles Chevalier. And that makes sense, with Charles' contrarian personality in mind. In his own way, Charles too is a player who prioritizes his individual freedom over the needs of his team. And in contrast, there's Shidou's matchup with Kunigami, who is stopping Shidou dead in his tracks. More specifically, he's following a singular order: to steal away Shidou's freedom. And this really seems like an act of poetic justice. Kunigami can have his revenge on the player who unmasked him as the failed hero by robbing Shidou of what defines his brand of football in turn. Anyways, that's it for now. But if you liked what you saw, consider subscribing for more in-depth Blue Lock analysis, and I'll catch you later.